Canadians, Americans, members of the Commonwealth, and patriots the world over. Welcome to the show that tells you what they won't. Exposing the fake news, conspiracies, and corruption within institutions that govern our lives, and red-pilling the nations one fact at a time. It's Weathering the Storm with your host, Canada's Red Pill, Billy Joyce.
Hey folks, me again. Just letting you know here on these various different platforms. As you know, I'm in a rough situation right now in the sense that we've always been hardworking people, my wife and I. We've done our best throughout this entire situation the last 2 years to follow all the quote-unquote regulations. It irks me that people within Nova Scotia Health got canned and Nova Scotia Liquor Corporation is open till January, like unvied people can stay there. But we're in a situation right now, I think, where there are different groups of people and different groups of people watching my videos. And at this point, it's not the people that attend rallies and attend protests and already do videos that are the people we need to reach. It's the people that, unfortunately, have been exposed to nothing else but the mainstream media. And what the powers that be, whether some people call them they, some people call them the NWO, some people call them the Illuminati, some people call them big corporations, some people call them big pharma, or actually like big pharma, big corporations, politicians, international groups like the WHO, the United Nations, the International Monetary Fund, all the different acronyms, all the different think tanks. It's the they, it's the them. And the media, well, they're not reliable anymore. They really aren't. And people are waking up to that. And I have to, you see, a lot of people everywhere on Facebook, even in my hometown, even within my own family. A lot of people have told me this in the past, and I've tried it, but I'm really going to make an effort. And a lot of people tell me that I'm not able to apologize and I'm not able to admit when I'm wrong. Well, okay, here we go. I have to apologize because I've failed to take the advice of many friends who do disagree with me. I do have friends that are on the other side of all these arguments. I have friends that are willing to speak to me. I have friends many friends that agree with me, but they're scared to speak up. And I think I may have been speaking up sometimes in a much too aggressive fashion. Now, that being said, I know that the 24,000 subscribers I had on YouTube, before YouTube deleted my channel, I know that they enjoyed my rants and my raves, and when I'd go off the handle sometimes and I'd go completely uncensored and sometimes say things that I probably shouldn't have said in hindsight. Because all it does really is turn other people off, especially sometimes when I really lose my patience and I use words like idiots, or I really try to avoid fool, because the Bible says never ever to use that word. So I try not to use that word. But sometimes I'll use educated, idiot, or, and sometimes it's in an attempt to be sarcastic. But I think we're living in such a serious time right now that I may have to put sarcasm aside as far as the channels I put out on Rumble. And Rumble is where I really want to focus all my subscribers. So if you're watching me on YouTube or BitChute or Locals for now, because what happened with Rumble, I found it very interesting. I've only been on there for less than a week, and already they're saying that my videos are monetized. And then I went to BitChute, and I have to apologize to my viewers on BitChute because over the year that I was off, somehow I still managed to gather almost 500 subscribers on BitChute. Now, the problem with BitChute, and it's not that there's a problem with them, there's a smaller group, and as I said in previous videos, my wife got canned. I was already thinking about relaunching all this, and then my wife gets canned, and then not eligible to draw EI, even though she's been paying into this insurance for a decade. So we were faced with go get poked with experimental jabs, or not be able to feed our kids possibly. Now, luckily, I have a bit saved up. I'm going to admit another fault of mine is I'm not exactly the best saver in the world. And nowadays, with the price of everything and inflation and the price of everything goes up, but wages don't. That's the biggest problem we have. So right now, it's 4:42 in the morning. I've been up since 7:30 yesterday morning. And there are things that have happened in the last, well, it hasn't been quite 24 hours yet, but there are things that have happened in the last 21 hours that I never ever dreamt in 1,000 years would happen. But again, in attempts to reach out to the people I love and to the community I love and to the fellow Nova Scotians that I love and to the Canadians that I love and the Americans that I love that are still hypnotized by the mainstream media, I'm going to try to keep it more civil. And I'm probably going to end up setting up either Patreon or Vimeo or both. I'm going to invest some money to try to get this going. And I'm just hoping that if you like the content that I put out, if you like it, please support it. Because honestly, the mainstream media is not doing their job. And honestly, I'm going to try to make this full time. And again, I can't go into those details publicly, but I'm trying to set up like a type of Patreon. I find Patreon a bit too expensive. They try to force you to establish it at $3 a month minimum, and then they recommend tiers like $3, $5, $10. They even recommend $25. I mean, I had 24,000 subscribers when my channels were shut down, and each video seemed to get 5,000 or 6,000 views towards the end of it, and that was with the shadow banning. In my head, I don't want to rip off my viewers. I don't want to rip off people that are just looking for the truth. So I want to keep the videos on Rumble available to everyone free of charge. But the only way to make any revenue on Rumble is through advertising and Rumble. So when you go on Rumble, you got to rumble my video. So the only way to make money there is, and they already monetized my channel, is what I was getting at, in less than a week. Now, I haven't earned anything because I haven't really set up. I'm setting up a business and everything. I'm registering a business name. I looked for CRP Media Services is what I'm looking for. And I'm probably going to branch into a bunch of different stuff. I may even start a channel about arm wrestling because I'm a big arm wrestling fan. And some people may find that cheesy, but whatever. Arm wrestling is a good way. I watch arm wrestling and I tune out. One of the greatest arm wrestlers in the world is from Canada. He just beat John Brzenk today. Devin Larratt. He beat John Brzenk today, who's considered the greatest of all time, the GOAT. But anyway, I'll get into that when I start that arm wrestling channel. That'll probably be on a completely separate account in case something gets wiped out. I can't go wrong with arm wrestling. Can't get strikes for that. But I do enjoy it, so I'd like to do like a 5-10 minute video on arm wrestling every day. And that will be a lot of sarcasm, and that will be a lot of trolling as well. So if you're a fan of arm wrestling at all, you might want to tune into that. But I'm going to keep Canada's Red Pill, the brand Canada's Red Pill. I'm trying to get the website reserved. Actually, a friend of mine said he reserved it for me. I have to get in touch with him. I've done a lot of work over the last week, searching out the business name to see if it was available, finding out what it takes to get a Canada Revenue number, finding out what it takes to get a Registry of Joint Stocks number. Because whether I like it or not, a lot of these platforms, Vimeo, Patreon, and others, require either your social insurance number or a business name and a business number. So to be perfectly honest, I'd rather give them a business name and a business number than my social insurance number. Anyway, all that to say that it's a 4:45 in the morning. I've been up since 7:30 yesterday morning. There was some things today that happened that were unfortunate. So I'm actually saying sorry to many people on Facebook who think I'm nothing but a belligerent. I can't say it, but I'm doing it out of love. Tune into my channel. I'm telling you, I will expose the fake news for what it is. Fake news. Half-truths, and sometimes just outright lies. I love yous all.
If you enjoyed this video, you may want to take a look at other videos you find on this page. Don't forget, if you like it, push the subscribe button under this video, and feel free to like and share with all your friends. Follow me on Twitter by following the link on this page. If you want to interact, feel free to post a comment, but please, no obscenities. Thanks for watching. Billy Joyce signing off and reminding you that I'm here to help you weather the storm.